Hey guys, how are you guys? Today we're going to speak to Made Rich of InkMaster Season 3 and Season 9. I'm just actually going to invite him in. There you go. Made Rich. Invite.
Yo,
Hey!
how's it
How
going,
are
man?
you, Made Rich?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Nice to meet you. Yes.
You too, buddy.
Yes, this is going in YouTube channel.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for it. I'm
Yes,
here
and
for it. Who have you interviewed so far?
I've interviewed Caroline Evans from season 5, and
Okay,
also Jim Francis, season 4.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. Got a few.
Yes, and you're going to be the third one that I'm going to interview about Ink Master.
All right, so tell me about the series you're putting together.
Well, yes, my goal is to interview all the contestants of Ink Master.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. And hopefully I'm able to get like a lot of them, a lot of you guys to, not for fame. I'm not really into fame, but more into like to share your perspective, guys, because I'm a fan of Ink Master. So I
okay,
really want to see your perspective from the show and how you guys doing now.
okay,
Mm-hmm. In
okay.
Master. Mm-hmm. And are you ready? I have like a lot of questions actually.
All right, let me get comfortable.
Yeah. Me too. Checking my hair, checking everything, because this is going to be on YouTube forever. This is going to be posted on my YouTube.
Okay, cool.
So, are you ready? Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, I saw your post about Good Morning America.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Congrats. Yes,
I
I will
appreciate
repost
that,
that
man.
too. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited for this interview. So that people could watch this on YouTube and be like, "Whoa, wow!" So this
Yeah,
is what's up now with Made Rich.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you for doing this interview with me, by the way.
No problem, man.
So
No
the first
problem.
question that I have for you, Made Rich, is it okay if I call you Rich?
Yes, I prefer it.
Okay. So the first question is, why did you audition for Ink Master?
Sheesh. First edition season 3, it was
Mm-hmm.
like the thing to do. It was the one of the first tattoo shows, if not the first. And I was just really starting my career, so it was kind of like, why not? And I definitely just had a light go out on you.
That's fine. That's fine, Rich. Uh-huh. Let's keep it real, right? Real interview. Losing light and this and that. That's fine.
Losing light. That's
Mhm.
crazy. That's a first. But yeah, it just seemed like the thing to do. I saw a casting call. I think I had auditioned for season 2 as well. But yeah, season 3 I got through, and that was the beginning of the Made Rich Ink Master.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, and season 3 and 4, 1 to
No,
4 is my favorite season of the show.
season 4. Oh, okay,
One
season
to
4 is
four.
your favorite season,
Mhm.
period?
One to
Okay,
four. Yep.
okay.
Because simple. It's no title, not like the next seasons, which is like revenge, rivals, this and that.
Copy.
Mm-hmm. They made it like too much. Too much
Okay,
drama.
I get it.
Uh huh.
I get it. I don't know. I kind of like the themes a little bit. Depending on the
Yes.
themes, I like the themes.
Mm-hmm.
But I get why you're saying like 3 and 4. Like they were
Yeah.
probably the last two
Simply.
seasons where it was just a regular Ink Master thing.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
I still like the difference, the spice that they add to the show.
Hmm.
And the next question is, how was the experience coming in as a veteran in season 9? Do you have a game plan this time, or do you have like are you laser focused in season 9 compared to season 3?
I think season 9. By the time I did season 9, I did season 3, and I also did Ink Master Redemption.
Mm-hmm.
I had also filmed with another TV show that I really won't speak on this, but so at that point I was really seasoned and just understanding what TV was.
Mm-hmm.
So I came in as like regular Rich, but then I feel like as the days passed, there was a lot more strategy than anything, just because I knew what I needed to do for the camera.
Yes, and you were serving it. You were like, this is how to tattoo. This is how to do it in season 9. You were bringing, and, giving strategy to the whole season. So I was
Mm-hmm.
disappointed that they sent you home early in season 9
It
because
happens.
they were doing. I was like,
Eh,
uh
I think I accomplished my goal being there. You know,
huh.
I felt early that the time there wasn't going to be long, so I was like, all right, let's get the camera.
Enjoy,
Yeah.
enjoy the moment. Yep. And what do you call this one? Was it more difficult to compete in season 9 because you're not just competing for yourself, but you're also competing for your shop with your team, right?
Hmm.
DTATs, yep.
Season 9 was definitely a lot more of a challenge just because I did have a teammate. And I think regardless of who your teammate is, being that tattooing is a solo sport, tattooing with anyone is going to be difficult. And I think that was just a whole nother element of the game that I wasn't extremely prepared for, not as prepared for as I could or should have been.
Yeah, and what do you call this one? And they always switch you guys up, right? Like every 3 hours, every 30 minutes, you have to switch with
Uh,
partner
yeah,
tattoo.
it was like every hour we had to switch. So even that, it took a lot more game planning and being able to share strategy and share what we should be doing together in such a solo sport. So I think that alone was just a whole other element of the game neither of us were prepared for.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and what do you call this one? And definitely harder compared to solo tattooing because it's your own space, own style, own
Yep,
drawing and everything, right?
yep. Uh, and just trying to split things up, like who's doing the line, who's doing the shading, who's doing what where, and
Um,
it was complicated.
yeah, definitely. Yes. Like
Extremely.
watching the other tattoo artists break down and just
Yeah.
out of them, yeah, right?
Yep.
And what do you call this one? Do you have any behind the scenes tea that you think should have made it to TV? Ooh.
I wouldn't say any specific tea, but I will say what the viewers do see is an extremely condensed version of what the recording was. I think I know season 3, one of the producers told us that it's about like 167 minutes to every 1 minute that's aired. So what I really see is like everything squeezed in. So,
Uh-huh.
sometimes it's like things that y'all see are blown out of proportion because it is squeezed down into a certain time, or there's certain things that y'all don't see the full gist of only because certain things got to get cut. And at that point, it's really all down to the producers, and it's really for the better of the show, just for better for the viewer, because other than the actual tattoos, everything else is TV.
Ooh. And yes, Jim Francis told us that what do you call this? They film you guys every day, right? And
It's draining extremely, all
and,
day
mhm.
and until we go to sleep.
Yes, and they what do you call that? They contract that to 40 minutes
Yeah,
episode, right? Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a
So
lot
what
of
we see
work.
on TV is not actually, the representation of your shop or the artist, right?
All right, so I'll say with this, I'm not gonna say it's not a representation of the shop. I'm not gonna say it's not a representation of the artist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say anyone that does reality TV, you're going to see them amplified to about 1,000. You
Exaggerate.
know,
Mm-hmm.
it. I won't even call it exaggeration, only because realistically, the producers could only edit what you give them. You know, it's not like they're photoshopping video. Anything that you do was done. But how they edit it is how they need to edit it for the story or show to make sense. So, you know, it's really on you to be aware of what you're giving the camera. You can't be mad if you give the camera something or don't give the camera something and then you look away. Because realistically, you have complete control on what you show.
Ooh, I see. So it's all about like the what do you call this? Like what you give them, right? What you give the camera, the producers, and they would edit that in one episode. And and I heard from Jim that, you know, they made you guys do like a certain reaction for the judging room, like for example, think something sour or think something sad or funny, and they would take that reaction and put it in the, you know, funny. They would win.
I had a phone call come through, but that it's true. But if you think about it, it's really just for editing purposes, but it's for editing purposes with a purpose. So let's say we're judging, and the judge says a bad comment. They're gonna use like a ooh reaction from you for the bad comment for the judge. You know, they're never gonna be like, oh wow, this is amazing tattoo, and then they're gonna show you be like, oh nah, it's trash. I don't know. I'm also somebody who spends a lot of time behind the camera, so I completely understand why things are filmed the way they are, just to help production. So yeah, they take what we give them. Now, never when we're sitting there making these facial reactions, they're never like, oh, everybody's not doing it, you got to do it. But if you don't do it, you're not going to get that reaction time because they don't have it of you. Yeah, you know, so it's interesting, and I feel like you really have to understand what happens in editing and producing to really just respect what happens.
So it's like giving your fair share of screen time of, like, you know, in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Your what do you call this? Like your act and also your persona, right, in front of the camera.
I won't say you're a persona because I feel like saying persona makes it seem like it's made up, but it's
but yourself.
Yeah.
Personality. Yep. But I applaud the judges, you know, because they're so good at, like, you know, judging, like, and giving critiques, right? It's always on point.
I'll say that's editing. I will say once you're there and you are an artist being judged, it can be extremely confusing because, you know, they'll say some good things, they'll say some bad things, and they'll say some confusing things. And then on TV, you'll see what you see. So it can be confusing.
At times, yes.
Yeah, at times it can be confusing. But if you really sit back and while you're there, and if you're in the space and you're taking it in real time, you could really decipher like what's being said because they need things for editing and what's being said from an honest critique.
Because as a fan of the show, we only see, like, you know, like a few minutes of like critique, and it makes sense, right? And it's different from you guys because you guys are there and you guys are, you know, getting the critiques for like full 20 minutes, right? Compared to us fans of the show. So, that's why I understand what you said, that, you know, it's confusing for you guys, their critique.
Extremely. And that time, like the critique days, it's an all day thing.
I heard, yeah.
It's an all day thing.
Right? It's like
draining.
There for like 8 hours, right?
Yeah. I don't know about 8 hours, but it's a day.
For like a few hours, yes. Just like in season 9, there was this guy, I forgot which shop, but he fell down. I think he went home that by the time he fell down. He was, you know, I think having a headache or something. I'm not sure which team is it.
I don't know. Was I there?
No, you left like episodes
before.
before. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I honestly, bro, I don't watch the show.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
Nah, I probably each season or
Uh-huh.
episode I've been on, I've watched it once, and that was it. I,
Oh, that is interesting. Yes. For
I'm
me,
not somebody that sit and watches the show over and over again, so I really
Mhm.
don't remember much of the specific details. But I like when the show's on, I watch it, but I'm never going back to rewatch stuff.
Ooh, just one time. Huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's cool. It's fair. Do you have like opinions on the judges? Like, for example, Chris Nunez.
I think in that space when you're there, all the judges are pretty cool. Like they're regular people, they're tattoo artists.
Mm-hmm.
Other than Dave, but then Dave just kind of just has that different outlook and an opinion more so just as a client. Um, I really think that there should be probably two client judges and maybe one guest tattoo artist that comes in weekly because I'm definitely one that really believes the opinion of the tattoo lies in the client. But
Mm-hmm.
that would be a whole different show. But
Uh,
in real time, they was cool. Nobody gave me no bad vibes. But I also wasn't too honed in on the judges past critique day because they're really only there when they're judging you.
mm-hmm.
So I think more so I was there just trying to focus on my strategy and what I was doing.
Yeah, and you're not really focused on the judges. And I agree with you. I think that they should, have at least like five judges, or
Five would
like,
be crazy.
right? That would be
Five is too much. Critique day would be crazy. You wouldn't leave. That'll be a 2 day process.
that would be too long, right? More
Yeah,
than
way too long.
8 hours long.
Yeah,
Like,
but to yeah, but I think just to have judges that don't tattoo that are just viewers, I
mm-hmm.
think it would be great, and it would be. I oddly think it would be a lot more honest, only because I feel like a tattooer judging a tattooer is judging them based off of how that tattooer tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
A client is really just gonna be like, I like that tattoo or I don't.
Like, depending on the style, right? That they
Yeah,
want, the color that they want. Mhm.
yeah. I think it's a lot less biased.
And it's harder for what do you call this? It's harder when you get like a tough canvas, because sometimes they would give you like a certain theme that is really hard for like a 6 hour tattoo, right?
I think that really just comes down to a part of the tattooing. If you're at home, you're in your shop,
Mm-hmm.
you have a client you've never worked on, you need to not master the tattoo, but you need to master the client and the client's energy. So like that's you and a regular client. I don't think that makes anything any easier nor harder.
Mm-hmm. But I think in the competition, it's harder, right?
You got to deal with it. And at the end of the day, that canvas, they come in and they know what spectrum of tattoo styles or subject matter they're going to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
They're never going to have a client come in on like color day and they want a black and gray portrait.
Mm-hmm.
The canvas that comes in is down to get a color tattoo. It's really just on you, the artist, to sell that tattoo to them and make them feel comfortable. I
Yeah.
will I will remember one thing that always stuck with me that Chris had said. I'm not sure which season it was, but he said something in regards to like, regardless of what the client wants, if you draw them a dope tattoo for them to see in advance, they're really gonna say no. So it's really on you as the artist to also not just be the tattoo artist, but be a little bit of a salesman.
Exactly. Yes. Like, just like Joshua Hibbard, right? He
Mm-hmm.
was always talking to the clients, instead of on the what do you call this, on the ribs. He goes
Yeah,
to a different part of the body. It's cool,
yeah,
right? Huh?
yeah. But it's necessary. Sometimes Josh will come off a little stronger than necessary, but it's what you got to do. Because at the end of the day, you need to make sure that that person's able to sit and let you do what you need to do on them to be able to get through that competition.
I agree. Yeah. Like, just be, be tough about it, and have like a laser focus mindset, right?
We can't even say tough because sometimes if you're too tough, your client won't receive that. So you just need to know how to read your client to be able to get your message across.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. By the way, were the production treating you guys good? Because I heard that in other reality TV, they starve the contestants
Nah,
just to have a drama. Yeah.
hell no. I loved all PAs on that set. They treated me well. They got us everything we needed whenever
Wow.
we wanted to. The PAs were life. They would go to get ice cream. I remember I asked for 𝚃𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 and got me some 𝚃𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘. It was amazing. I loved it. Shout out to them if any of y'all ever see this.
That's what's up. Yes. For me, that's what's up because I heard like a horror production stories from other reality TV shows.
Nah,
And
nah.
that's good for InkMaster, right? Good job, PA
Yeah,
of InkMaster.
yeah. Shout out to them.
Mm-hmm. You guys are awesome. What do you call this? Any favorite moment in the show?
Favorite moments. Um, I'll say memorable moments.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'll say memorable moments. Season 3, I want to say it was, I don't know if it was episode 2 or 3, but I know we had to do the anatomical tattoos.
Uh-huh.
And well, going into season 3, bro, I was young. I was fresh. I was probably the youngest artist in the house, the least experienced.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in there with artists who I already idolized. Like I have Jime Litwalk's books. I was a huge admirer of Craig. I was familiar with Joey because he was on the show Inked years ago. And Tattoo Baby, of course, from season 2. So I was already in there feeling like, all right, this is a heavy room I'm walking into. Let me not get extremely overwhelmed and just kind of focus on what I'm doing. And there was a point where we did these atomical tattoos, and they didn't have to be color, but I ended up doing a color piece, and this didn't air, but I know it happened. And I remember Tattoo Baby came over to look at my work. She was extremely surprised. Like I felt like being there, not too many people were expecting much from me because I was extremely young and inexperienced. But she hit me with like wow, I didn't know you could color like that. And like that was such an ego stroke for me. And I feel like it kind of it was my personal highlight.
Wow.
Of my time there. I think I cared more so about the artist's opinions on my work. I would say season 3 was a lot more genuine connection and conversation and just skill building for me with the artists, only because I walked into there completely green, not really knowing what to expect, and I didn't know anything about production. But what I will say with that, I had the least camera time, even though I was on there for half the season. So it's like, I feel like being there, you really got to find that balance of like really being a genuine artist and blending and then just doing what you have to do for the camera. And I think season 9, I went all the way left and I was too much about the camera and I wasn't really too honed into being the artist. So, if I ever go back, hopefully I'll catch the right blend. But I've been extremely polarized thus far.
I agree, yes, because in season 3 you were a bit quiet, a bit like shy compared to like the other artists.
Yeah.
In season 9 you were like bringing it. You were like, no, this is how you tattoo. This is how you. Yeah, you were serving like in front of the. So I was like, yeah, hopefully you'll be able to join again and find the camera and be like.
Because I would definitely say in season 9, like I probably had half the house a little mentally fucked, just off of coming in with that energy. I remember, I think it might have been Euless. I think that's his name. What's his name? Damn, what's homie's name? His
Which
partner name was Eva.
shop is it? What shop is it?
Allegory.
Allegory Arts. Listen, I don't know
I
the name.
think it was Allegory. Bro, you're supposed to know this. You the InkMaster master.
Listen, I don't know contestants
you,
name season 9.
you're supposed to know this.
There's a lot of contestants there.
There are. You got to know them all.
Season 9.
I just know there was one point, though, where homie was like, damn, maybe Rich is right. Maybe we are doing this all wrong. You know? So it was kind of funny. Jason Clay Dunn, what's up, homie? He was on season 3 with me. He won season 4. I think it was 4 you won, right, champ? I think so.
5, I think.
He won. You're supposed
Season
to know
4
this. You are the InkMaster interviewer.
Wait,
Why?
season 5, Marshall. Season 5, Jason Clay Dunn.
Okay.
Right?
You should know this.
Yeah. Season 5.
Here we go. Season 5. There we go.
Right. Yes. One of my favorite winner, by the way.
There we go. Yeah, I will definitely say that was a hands down deserved to win because homie pulled out a style that he does not do, and I super commended that.
And a really cool style, right?
Oh yeah. Aced that. He aced that.
And the finale, right? I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like,
I was actually at that finale. I was probably at 4 and 5.
Back piece, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool, yeah. So what do you call this one? So the next question I have is called
I'll tell you secrets.
Master Roll Call.
Oh, what was that?
It's called InkMaster Roll Call. It's where I say the name of everyone who is on your season, the talent, the cast, the judges, and you tell me the first thing that comes in your brain, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent.
I should have watched one of your interviews before I agreed to this. Go for it. What season are we doing?
Season 3.
Good. Whew. All right.
Are you ready?
All right.
The first one is Frank. It's okay.
Going early. Going early.
Gone. That's it. You're right. Gone.
Yeah.
Next is Mystical Mike.
Oh, entertainment. Straight entertainment. He was. I think the whole house was like sad he left because like he was our television. He was our entertainment. He was the downtime. Something to keep the spirits up.
And you know, I believe that he definitely changed now, right? He's changed now. I mean, because you know, 7 years ago. So,
I don't know about him changing much, bro. I think Mike's the same Mike. I'll be seeing him in conventions, and he's still the spaced out Mike.
Really?
I don't want Mike to change. He needs to stay who he is.
Really?
I don't know what he does in his personal life, but his energy, keep it. It's him. It's extremely unique. One of a kind.
There you go, guys. You heard it from Made Rich. One of a kind, Mystical Mike. Next is Maddie LaBelle.
Maddie is such a sweetheart. That girl is a sweetheart. Yeah, that was easy. Sweetheart. No complaints about Maddie. Super cool. Loved her soul. She agreed to do an interview with me. Dope. Y'all enjoy that.
And hopefully Jason Clay Dunn too.
You got it. Hit him on a DM.
I will slide to his DM, definitely. Next is Danger.
Danger is very, I don't want to call him maybe stern, strong, but like he was just like,
Wrong. That's why when he had this client, right? He just gave up. That's it. He didn't even talk to his client.
Yeah. So maybe stubborn.
Stubborn.
But I hate to use stubborn because stubborn has such a negative connotation towards it. But it's like, I don't know. Prideful.
Okay, that's good. That's a good word.
Prideful.
I'm all about positivity and all about, like good vibes. So let's go with that word.
I have nothing bad to say about anyone on season 3. So this is perfect.
Mhm. Fine. That's good though. Yes, a good thing. Next is Ali Lee.
Ali was like the female danger.
Ooh.
Like, she was a scrappy one. She was always down for the shit, sometimes unnecessarily. But
Mm-hmm.
she was definitely like a female version of him. I'll say that.
Ooh.
Still a sweetheart, but
Mm-hmm.
very like strong and prideful, a little more than needed to be sometimes. But I understood it. You know, you're a pretty woman in the house, one of the few. It was like, you got to have that extra testosterone in you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. Interesting. Because I didn't think of it that way when I was watching her in the show. Next one is Chris May.
Chris May is a very cool dude, very soft spoken. I felt like Chris could have lasted a little longer on the show if he was a little more vocal when he needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But genuine, extremely.
Good word. Genuine. ES.
ES was a cool dude. I feel like ES was just like an Hispanic version of me.
Why did you say that?
As far as like our energy, like
Uh-huh.
I felt like we could have been one person, because I do believe like they cast for certain types.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel like his show cracked open in season 3, and mine's waited till season 9, and I exploded.
Ooh. Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
yeah, he went back, right, with King Rock
Yeah.
in season
Yeah.
9. Uh-huh. Ooh, interesting. And I heard that what do you call this? They choose like different kind of attitude for the show, right? What do you call this? They had like psychology evaluation tests, something like that.
567 questions. I'll never forget.
Wow, really? Like what kind of questions do they have there?
A whole bunch of questions just to make you go crazy.
Uh-huh.
Um, are you afraid of water? Are you afraid of fire? Do you like to play with matches? Can you swim? Are you afraid of the dark?
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness.
Do you like to play with candles?
Uh-huh. Oh,
Will you blow out a candle if you're in the dark? It's just,
ridiculous stuff.
it's more so of a lie detector test to make
Uh-huh.
sure you're consistent.
But this is mind blowing because as a fan, I didn't know that you guys have to go through that 567 questions just to be on the show.
It might be 576. I know it's those 3 numbers. I just don't remember the order.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's for everyone's safety, because you really want to see how stable someone is before you put a whole bunch of people throughout the country in a house with themselves and have them sleeping together and then competing together. Like, you need to make sure that you can mentally handle them, and they can mentally handle these situations.
The pressure
So
competition.
yeah, it's for the safety. I ain't mad at it. And if you can't get through those questions, you're not getting through that house. You're not.
I agree because you guys are going to be on TV and there's going to be like if you're a violent person, of course that would be bad for TV. I agree.
Yeah.
Next is Craig.
Craig's my guy. Craig is one of the big homies. Like, Craig is like what I would like to be when I get his age. Not to call him
Yes.
super old, but he is just like, he was like one of the uncles for me.
Uh-huh. And he was so calm. He was so composed.
Super composed.
Oh my goodness. And every time, the judges criticize his work, he's like, as long as I am happy with it. And I'm like,
Yep.
what's up?
Stood by his work always, because Craig know he fire. He is fire. He should have won season 3 in my opinion, but that's what that is.
But yeah, wow.
Yeah. No shade to Joey. Joey did exactly what he needed to do to get through that competition, but I don't think Craig got enough shine, because he deserved it all. Because if it was really just about tattooing,
Mm-hmm.
Craig's an animal. But it's not really only about tattooing because these cameras are on, so you got to be able to balance that.
It's the game. You have to
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
The next one is Jackie Jennings.
Jackie was cool. I fuck with Jackie. I think Jackie. I feel like Jackie and Jason were like the same person. If Jason's still in here, very cool until they like pop, and then it's like, okay, let's calm down, everybody. I don't know. I feel like both of them did a lot of bottling up.
They had like an argument. She had like an argument with the with Mystical Mike. They were facing.
Yeah.
I think first.
Mystical Mike knows how to push some buttons, bro.
Yep.
He know how to push a button. He know how to get you out of character. But like, I think Mystical Mike, if you really think about it, Mystical Mike in season 3 was like me in season 9. Like I was a lot more of TV and not enough tattooing, and he was that in season 3.
Yes, because I feel like in season 9 you were controlling.
What Jason said.
Controlling the what do you call this? The show in season.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, I'm not gonna hold you. Season 9, after we did that first challenge, and I realized how difficult it was to tattoo with somebody, I told D, I'm like, bro, we probably not gonna win, but I need to make sure that this camera is on me. So,
really,
what the hell I gotta do?
Really? Oh my goodness! So it's like you just don't care anymore about winning in season 9.
I needed the camera because I'm not gonna hold you. I did enjoy the connections that I made on season 3. I will say, as far as my InkMaster term goes thus far, I had the most genuine connections from season 3. Like I have contacts from people in season 3 that I can contact. I can go hang out with them and just have friendships with. Season 9, I was there for the camera. Because like with all of those genuine connections in season 3, I got no camera time. So I will say I did go home, watch the show. I felt extremely like embarrassed, and my friends are at home. They're like, "Yo, Rich, this is not you." I will say I'm a good blend of 9 and 3. Like I'll call myself probably I don't want to call myself an asshole. Sarcastic. I'm sarcastic. I'm genuinely sarcastic.
That's what I feel like season 9.
I feel like 9, that the sarcasm just went to like, all right, we're gonna turn it up even more.
It overflowed.
Yeah.
The next one is Jason Clay Dunn, and
Jason's the man. Jason was scaring us though. I thought Jason was gonna pass out a few times. We had to stop filming a few times for Jason.
Really?
Yeah, he's catching anxiety. But I understand it because them cameras is on, they hot. We having to like retake the simplest things just because someone didn't walk in the right direction. So it'll build up on you. But
yeah,
man, every day filming with Jason, it's like make sure that man got a bottle of water. You never know, it might be night for homie. I'm glad he made it through.
Oh, Jason. We're going to talk again, Jason. Jason, we have to talk. Clear this up, okay?
And he's definitely a very raw person. Very raw. He's gonna tell you what it is, how it is, respectfully. But he doesn't really hold his tongue much.
Respect.
Yeah.
Next is Joshua Hibbard.
Josh was like the most hated, but after a while I got it. I feel like Josh is probably the reason why I came in on season 9 the way I did. Because what Josh did, he manipulated the whole scenario to where all we could do that season was talk about him. And if all we're doing is talking about you, you are going to be the focal point of every episode. Like he got it really quick. And I couldn't even be mad at his tactics.
They were scared. The contestants in season 3, they were threatened by Joshua's words. He doesn't even do anything. Just, talking, just,
I don't think anybody was scared. I don't even think in real time we understood what he was doing, because I really don't think there was a cast member prior to him that was able to control each episode just by making sure he was hated. I don't think there were any contestants hated prior to. He might have been the first one to make it like a reality TV show.
But he just wants the, what do you call this? He just had that strategy to put that camera for his face, right? For himself.
Yeah.
Instead of like the other cast in the show.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Next is Kyle Dunbar.
Dunbar?
Yeah.
Kyle's a nut. I mess with him. Oh, my son's here jumping around. Let me watch my mouth. I'm messing with Kyle. Kyle's the homie. Kyle's probably like, if you take 100 people and you ask them what they think a typical tattoo artist is, they're gonna describe Kyle.
Ooh.
Like, he's very gypsy-ish. Like, I don't even know if he's like, I think he might be like moving around in his RV right now, just going from convention to convention. Like, he is fully immersed in this tattoo culture, and it's not for me, but I love the fact that he extremely owns it and he's extremely comfortable in his skin and what he does. His wife does, I want to say she does microblading, don't quote me, but I know she does something. I'm not sure if she does microblading or she does like the jewels in the teeth. She does something, but like their whole family is just engulfed in the culture and is extremely just them. And I love when people are them unapologetically.
Be themselves. What do you call this? He inspired me to do like, the interviewing people, interviewing cast from InkMaster.
I did a podcast with him.
Yeah, I was like, listening to his like podcast. I was like, he's doing it in podcast, so I'm gonna do mine on YouTube to be like different, right?
He's doing his thing. He got a lot of followers. He has a big platform, and I'm happy he's starting to make use of it, because I feel like with him being so into just the traditional tattoo life, he wasn't taking full advantage of a platform that he had. But now that he's doing it, I think it's pretty cool, and it's going to do very well for him.
Yeah, that's what's up. Good job, Kyle. Next one is Tattoo Baby.
Tattoo Baby is, Tattoo Baby at this point is like this Colombian Beyonce. She did a guest spot at my shop that I had, and I swear to you, there was the most Spanish people in my spot that I've ever witnessed in my life. And I felt like an extreme outcast in my own spot. But it was just amazing to see like how people just flock to her and to what she is to her culture. It's extremely admirable. Tattoo wise, she's amazing. We know that she's fire. And I will say she was very, I don't know, only because she came from season 2. So season 2, her coming into season 3, I felt like, I don't know if I really know her, because I know she came in with the game plan. And I feel like,
compared to before, to season 2.
Yeah, just to talk about me with season 9, like I don't feel like anybody in that house from season 9 really knows who I am, because I came in with a game plan.
The game plan.
I don't know if she was really as cool, calm, and relaxed as she perceived herself to be in season 3, or she just knew that's what she needed to do to just get through with that without putting the spotlight on herself.
Yeah, because in season 9 you came in with like Joshua Hibbard game plan, right?
Yeah.
Compared to season 3.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think Tattoo Baby did the same.
Yeah, but just a little reserved more so than anything. She didn't really get into it with anybody in season 3 at all. It's
no.
Like, she was extremely focused and didn't want to put a carbon on her back. Yeah.
And actually, Joshua is the one talking crap about her in the show in season 3.
She handled that the best.
So professional, right?
Yeah.
Next one is Jime Litwalk.
Jimmy's another uncle.
Elaborate.
Yeah, Jimmy and Craig actually brought me over to the International Brussels Convention. They brought me to my first European convention.
Uh-huh.
I will say off rip, they kind of just took me under the wing just because I was extremely just passionate, young, and willing to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're both the same person to me as far as like caring to guide me, because I also didn't have a traditional apprenticeship, but I'm also very eager to just want to do more and learn.
Learn.
And they just saw that in me and just kind of just scooped me the hell up. Like Jimmy was in there, like giving me techniques and advice while on the competition. Like,
That's
you
what's
know,
That's
now a
cool.
lot of people aren't gonna do that
Yeah, that's
with
cool.
someone
Like
they're competing against.
competing and also like giving you advice and stuff.
Jimmy was extremely pissed off that whole show though, because they kept putting baseball shirts on him, and he did not want to wear these baseball shirts throughout that whole
And
season. They were buying him baseball shirts, like this is who you're gonna be.
every time on the interviews, on like the judging room, and I thought, as a fan, I thought that he just likes to wear that kind of shirt. It's the producers.
Even down to that, like they don't want us wearing the same kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when someone gets eliminated, we'll fight for someone's wardrobe. Like, oh, I want to wear black now.
But Jimmy can't choose, right? He was like, "Oh, you have to wear this, Jimmy."
Yeah, until enough people got eliminated, and then his palette probably opened up a little bit.
Ooh. Even in season 7, right? In Revenge, InkMaster Revenge. They let Jimmy wear the same outfit from season 3.
He has to be that character, because that's what people are gonna remember him as.
Which is a bummer, though, right?
It's a bummer, but it's like
outfit for the show.
Realistically, you would want the viewer to be able to easily just identify you. I wouldn't want to be like, well, is that person?
Oh,
Like I hate the fact that season 3 came on Netflix now, because I don't look anything like that. Got a full beard, got hair.
Yeah, different.
Yeah. It came on in December, and I'm like, damn, maybe I should cut my hair, just so people could recognize me.
Just to go back to season 3.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah. The next one is Joey Hamilton, the winner of InkMaster season.
Joey Hamilton was like, I feel like a mix of Tattoo Baby. That's what you call him.
Jason said sexy beast.
Sexy beast. Strategically, he was like Tattoo Baby mixed with, sheesh, who could I mix him up with? Maybe like I don't know who else I could mix him up with, but like he knew how to not say anything.
He was reserved, right?
Yes.
More calm.
But then he would know when he really needed to say something. And he was also another one that was also on TV. So he knew how to play the room and play the camera. And
without this.
Yes, he knew how to not speak to put a target on his back. And he knew how to really follow the instructions of the judges and give them exactly what they've asked for, so there is no room for him to be on the chopping block. Like he was very specific and strategic as far as the tattooing aspect of the game. I will say, being in the house with him and DJ on 2 different seasons, they played the game very similar as far as knowing how to strategically bend the rules.
Without this, yes.
Yeah. Nah, DJ was that too. Don't let it fool you. He was that too.
Wow.
It was what it was.
Wow. I agree with that. Yeah, Joey was, calm, and like DJ, they're not really like the focal point. I mean, what I mean to say, of the camera, right?
When I compare them, I'm comparing them, I'm comparing them about how they strategically played the tattooing aspect of the game. As far as DJ taking a mag and making lines. Like, they didn't say you only had to use liners. So, you know, he got a little technically creative on bending the rules. Joey's done similar things in the season as well, to where it's like, well, you said this, but you didn't say that. So it's like they knew how to blur these fine lines in a way to make themselves stand out on skin. So I won't compare them as far as like their verbal gameplay, but their technical gameplay, they knew how to handle those rules.
That's what's up. That's the best way to put that one. While watching the show, I was not really like, I was just thinking that they're quiet, but you gave us fans.
DJ's not quiet. Don't let the editing of this show fool you. He wasn't quiet. Okay. Joey was reserved. He off camera, I'll say he's extremely social, extremely helpful. He was another person who I've linked up with postseason. Genuine friendship, cool dude, but he knew what to say and what not to say on camera.
Wow, that's what's up. That's like, next level.
That's experience.
Experience,
because he's done TV prior to that. He just couldn't handle it.
That he was on
the show. It was called Inked out of Vegas.
Wow, that's cool. What do you call this one? Well, we've been talking for like an hour now, and I only have just one question.
That's cool.
For you. If you're given a chance to compete in the show again, would you do it?
Yeah.
And you said you offer the balance, right? Not like too much TV, not too much.
Yeah, like third time's usually a charm. And at the least, I'll leave with a set of inks. I would definitely do it again. But as far as that goes, like that's probably the closest thing any tattoo artist has to like competing. And me just being an athlete, having a sports background, like I'm all for competing. I don't ever mind taking a hard-fought L. Of course, I love to win, but at the end of the day, I really just like to compete. So I would definitely fuck with it.
And because in football, they would tell you to push harder, to go the extra mile, and really compete.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, it's any sport. Like that house is like any sport. It's like you have these people, and it's like, granted, in that house, you're not on the same team, but you're on the same team because you're on the same season. And you really need to find the balance of making those genuine friendships and building as an artist with these people, but you really also want their starting spot. So it's just a cool combination of both, and it's the closest you're gonna get to in any tattooing arena.
And it's good, it's good to have that sports background. And by the way, do you have anything that you want to plug for our viewers and our future viewers on YouTube?
Oh, of course, I'm gonna plug me. Always, all day, the camera's on. It's my time to shine. Made rich. I'm up in this bitch. Check out my YouTube series, Canvas Combos. This is where I'm putting the spotlight back on the clients. I think in reality TV, what's happening right now, they're making us celebrities, which is making my homie right here interview me. But then realistically, I know that the power is in the clients, because without the clients, we are nothing. So that's what my YouTube series is about, putting the light back on the clients. And it's just a lot of good Canvas combo. Check that out.
That's what's up. Yes. Listen to that, guys. And this is going to be on YouTube. This video ever, and people are going to watch it. And hopefully, I'm gonna be able to interview a lot of like different casts from InkMaster.
Hit up Jason.
Jason, just perspective about the show, just to know their side or what they're doing now.
Try to find some of the canvases.
Ooh.
Might be cool. Some of the spicy canvases. Miss you too, champ, man. Are you still in Cali? If you're still in Cali, I need to come see you. I'm probably in Cali once a year. I'll come fuck with you for a week or something, man.
Yes, Jason. Jason Clay Dunn.
Yeah, he the man. He the man. But I'm the man right now. It's my time to shine. I thank you for this interview. Do you have any more questions for me? I don't know how you wrap up your show.
Is there anything you want to say to add to the viewers?
You went out on me.
Oh, is there anything you want to add to what you're doing now, to what you're
Canvas Combos is my focus. Canvas Combos. I'm about to drop episode 2 March 20th. I'm not sure when you're gonna have this on YouTube, but March 20th, I'm gonna drop my second episode. We have 9 episodes filmed, edited, ready to go, and we're just dropping them. And I would really just love everybody's feedback and opinion and input, whether it be good or bad, just so I could give the viewers a product that they enjoy watching.
Wow, and I'll definitely watch that.
Yep, and that's under the Think Before You Ink brand.
By the way, that's a good name. Think Before You Ink.
Yes.
The best one in season 9.
Thank you.
Think
Thank
Before You Ink. That's smart. It rhymes, and also like, you know, there's a wow factor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll put
it was a brand before it was a shop, and then once I was in a position to open a shop, I just named the shop the brand. But even before it was a shop, I was doing the same thing I'm doing now as far as this rebranding goes with the canvas combos. Just taking people. Originally, I was taking people in different fields and have them talk about what Think Before You Ink means to them, how the tattoo industry parallels to their industry, and the process of tattooing parallels to their industry. It's as far as how they approach things. Like, I had a fashion designer, so she's talking about designing tattoos and designing clothes. I had a rapper. He was talking about just the art of writing a song and then performing it. I had a BMX rider, him talking about going into like approaching tricks, and it's just like, all right, it's either you nail it or you don't. So it was very cool. So I was very just happy I was able to pivot it into a shop, and now that I've closed my shop, I can refocus on what the original plan was.
That's what's up. You were like, you know, giving it to the viewers, to the fans, and congrats again to, you know, being on Good Morning America.
Thank you. And ABC had me too.
In ABC too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And anybody that watched this, I want to get me on any of these platforms, holla at me. I'm all for it.
There you go, guys.
I'm all for the pub.
Made rich, yep. And well, I have no more questions for you. Thank you again for agreeing to do this chat with me.
No problem, bro.
Thank you very much. And that's it. Everyone, wave goodbye to the icon of season 3 and season 9. Made rich, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for your time, man.
Thank
you for your time, and good luck with these, man.
Thank you. You too. See you later. Thank you.
Later.
Okay, guys, that was a great interview, guys. This is going to be on my YouTube channel, and hopefully we can have Jason Clay done next time, right? And if you want to, you know, listen to and watch me do this more, guys, just tag an InkMaster contestant, tag them with my name, ReimondMVlogs, to do an interview with me, and I will do it, and I will post it on YouTube. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.